Okay, proc print and proc content, proc sort, proc means format. Next, proc freak, proc means. Next, proc trans and proc report, along with proc import, proc export, and at last proc compare as well. Okay, so these are the procedures we are going to learn. And next is after this we'll discuss next two concepts are called stacking and merging. After this we'll discuss merging, and then we'll start advanced as proc, SQL, and macros. So if we complete these concepts, I think, yeah, we are end with the base and as well advanced SAS sessions. So next we will start domain classes. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the first. Okay, we'll start with the first onwards, proc print. So proc print, okay, I'll just remove this. Yeah, proc print we generally use to display the data. That's it. So this is not, it means we won't require anytime the proc print, just you need to know the syntax. So the basic syntax of the proc print is just proc print, and then we need to declare the data set name by using the data statement. So the syntax is you can declare any data set name. By using the procedures, you need to declare, it means you need to use already existing data sets. So 1 minute, please. Okay, sorry. So proc print, it means for procedures we will use only existing data sets. So by using procedures, we cannot create any data sets. It means we cannot declare any data. So by using the existing data steps, we can do some operations by using the procedure. So each procedure has an independent activity. Okay, each procedure has independent activity. So proc print procedure, it will display the data. That's it. So I'm just using SAS help dot class, and when you just use the run statement, and after executing, you can see it is displaying the output method. So it means, so this in generally it will display in output window. So here it is just displaying in 9.4 result viewer. This is nothing but a output window. So and which it means in which conditions till now I think we didn't use any output to the window, right? So on which procedure it will print output level information, proc print and proc contents, and next proc freak, all general proc print, contents, freak, means, and next proc report, and next proc compare. These procedure, it will print the output window level information. Okay, so yeah, generally you can see same the data set information what we have inside the data step, same information you can see in the output window, result window. So nothing you can see, so the same thing you can see. So like you need to, you can declare the proc print procedure, and if suppose, I think we have one more statement is called inside var statement, where age and name. I'm just declaring where age and name. So when I execute these two statements, you can see, so it will work like a keep statement. When you are using var statement, it will work like a keep statement. So if the data set has more number of variables, if you want to just display only few number of variables on that, you can use the var statement to keep and it will display only that variables. Okay, and next, okay, so we have one more statement is called sum. So I'm declaring age. I think this thing we don't need. I'm just telling you the options. That's it. So it will just sum the information. Okay. So this is the basic information about the proc print. Just you need to know this selected part by using the proc print. So what it will do? It will display the information inside the output window. That's it. So if you want to see anything, so rather than opening the data step inside our library, if you want to see in the output window level, you can just use proc print procedure, and then you can see the what data is printing in the output level. Okay, so this is the basic information. After that, we have one more procedure is called proc contents. Okay, proc contents. So yeah, by seeing the name, procedure name, we can just expect the information what the procedure contains. Okay, it means proc print, it means, okay, generally, so printing, it means it will just display the information. Proc contents, so everyone know, right? Contents, it means when you just open any book or anything, so we'll see all content information. So it means what we call that is a metadata. It means that will give us the total information what the that file or that book and that word file, anything that has. So when you open any PDF file, any book, so we'll see the content information, right? So in first page, so that will give the total overall information what that book contains, right? The same information will get here by using the proc contents. So proc contents, it will give the metadata information. So what we are seeing inside the data, this, for example, I'm just opening one data. This is a date. What we are seeing here, this is, we call it is a data. Okay, this is, we call it is a data. But when we are using the proc contents, we call that is a metadata. So data set level of information. So data about data, right? So the data set level information we can see by using the proc contents. Now data is equals to, we can use same SAS help class. See now. So when I execute this, you can see three types of outputs. You can see three types of outputs. Just a minute, I'll just remove. If you want to remove the Explorer window, totally. Just you need to use the shortcut keyword is control E. Control plus E. Automatically it will remove everything. If you want to clean Explorer window, the result window. So sorry, not Explorer. If you want to clean result window, just you can click. You can just click. Use the shortcut Control plus E. And same for even log also. This is the proc content information. So when I run this processor, now you can see here, okay, 3 outputs: the SAS system, the contents of procedure, the contents of procedure. So here you can see the metadata level information, what it is, what is the dataset name, SAS class, member type, and created date, modified date, how many observations it contains, okay, what are the variables, and just length information, okay, label student data, data representation, Windows 64. So everything. So the metadata level information you can see, and the engine host information, it means the path and location where it is storing, how many pages it has, everything. Okay. Now, so this is the metadata level information. Next, we have attribute level information. So the data set contains how many number of variables. Here we have 5 variables. It means the class data set has 5 variables. Okay. Next, length for that variable. Numeric variables, we know that 8, and even name is a character variable, but the length is 8. Sex is a character variable, but length is 1. And the hash symbol here you can see, right? This is the order, the variable position order inside the data step. So the name variable is first, and sex variable is second. Next, age variable is third. So this is the order. So output level you can see like this. And very, very important procedure, any metadata level information, it means if you want to select the data sets, or if you want to select the variables inside the particular data set, we need to use the proc contents procedure. Okay, very important procedure. When we are creating the macros, global macros and automated macros, we need to use the proc contents every time.
Hello, Mama.
Yeah, can you please mute your side, Sridhar?
Name actually 2
Okay. Now, so if you want to create the data step, so by using the proc print, I think we don't need to create any data step, but this metadata, so yeah, it's fine. It means we can see inside the out, or it means real result we are in our output window. But if you want to see inside data set level, we need to use one statement is called out, and then we need to declare the data set name something. Okay, so now see. Okay, here. So how it will give, it means how it will give the information. How many observations we have? 5 observations. So how it is getting 5 observation? Because the SAS dot class data set has 5 variables. Okay, SAS dot class has 5 variables. It means based on the variables, it will create the number of observations automatically. So this is the metadata level information. So now you can see inside the data set level for that. So this is the content information. You can see the first variable is lib name, library name. Next, mem name. Next, the label. What is the label for this class data step? Student data. Next, type of mem. So I think we don't require this variable. And next, name is the actual variable. So name contains the variable names. Name contains the variable names, and mem name contains data set name. Okay, and next, type. Type indicates the type declaration. It means we know that it means numeric and character type. So 1 indicates that is a numeric, 2 indicates that is a character. 1 indicates the variables are numeric variables, 2 indicates the variables are character variable. And next, length of these variables inside the data structure. Okay, length. And varnum is nothing but a position. Already we seen inside the output level, right? So the same thing it will just represent here. Varnum is a position of the variables. So the inside the data step, name variable position is 1, age variable position is 3, like that. So it will just give the position. So if you order this varnum variable, automatically you can see all variables in a proper order. It means then you can see the variables like it means name, sex, height, weight, like that. So we do not have any labels for the class. It means in SAS class, for any variable, do not have any labels, right? That is the reason you can see all missing. If the labels are there, it will display the labels as well. And next, do not have any formats and in formats as well. And number of observations is 19. Next, engine number. I think we don't require this information. So we don't require this information actually. So we regularly use the content information mainly a lib name, mem name, and name, and if required type, length, varnum, and label. Okay, mostly we'll use here. And if you want any formats or informats also, you can just select till here. I think till these variables, it's enough. Okay, we don't require other variables inside. It means by using the proc contents. So, and it is very, very important when we are using the proc content, what are the variable names? So lib name, it contains the library names. Mem name, it contains the data set names. Mem label, it contains the data set labels. So this class label is student data. You can declare the data set label also by using the option. Okay, name, next type, length, varnum, everything you need to remember. And so in that variable, what data it will display when you use the proc content. Suppose example type, it means what type variable values has every time. It should be only the type values. It means either numeric or character. 1 indicates numeric and 2 indicates character. Like that, you can just see the data. Okay, now if you want, can we drop or remove? Yeah, here we have the good example. Here, if you want, you can just keep the required variables. If suppose, if you want, if till here, if you want, you can just keep required variables. Okay. And one thing I need to tell you. So I need to start. So sometimes, you know that, right? So when it is any keyword, it starts with A. So when you just put the colon, automatically it will display all continuous variables, right? And if you want to drop, it will drop all variables. If you want to keep, it will keep all variables. You know that, right? Okay. So, and I just want to tell you one more thing. Set. Okay. If you want to keep, suppose I need the variables. So the starting variable is lib name. Starting variable is lib name. And after that, so till in format, I need the remaining variables. Okay, till in format, I need the remaining variables. In generally, so if you give the hyphen, if suppose libname 1 to, suppose if you are giving a libname 10, it will display all libname 1 to 10 variables. But here there is no, here this variable is different, lib name, and in format this variable is different. So how it will take? It won't take the remaining variables, right, in between the variables. So if you want to take all in between variables, you need to give the two hyphens. You need to give the two hyphens. So what it will do? So from lib name, it means the variable name when it is start with the lib name, and when it is end with the in format, it will give the all between variables along with these variables. Okay, so now see, when I execute this program, okay, cont1, so you can see the only that variables. Is it clear? So if you want to select, it means if you want to declare, you can declare individual each and every variable. So the variables are like, it means I need only the middle of the variables from starting to. So you can declare like this. Okay. This is one more option by using the keep statement. And so till now we used proc contents for only one variable. Oh, sorry, one data step. Till now we used proc contents for only one data step. So clean the log. Now, if suppose, if I want to check all data sets information, if I want to check all data sets information in single data step, how can we execute? For that, we need to use underscore all underscore. So when I'm using underscore all underscore, it indicates all data sets inside SAS. All data sets inside SAS. So if suppose I'm just declaring this data step, now see, it is running the content information. It's taking some extra time to run. Why? Because it is running total data steps inside the SAS. Now you can see each data set has three outputs. How many number of data sets we have? Suppose example. So here you can see how many observations we are getting. 16,845 observations we have. So if suppose when I open the CNT3 data step, now you can see. So how it is taken? So the first data set is AACOMP is the data set. So in this data step, how many variables we have? Yeah, you can see the, so how many times the data set is present? The 5 times. It indicates the data set contains only 5 variables. So here you can see the length. So the key variable length is 60. Next line number variable is 4. Next local variable is 5. Next text variable length is 1200. Okay, text variable length is 1200. So like that it will display, and you can see here the label as well. And here also you can see sometimes even the variable label. Okay, sometimes you can see the format in formats. Okay, formats and informat, everything you can see. So this is total content information for each data step. Total content information for each data step. So from this you can select number of data steps. You can just filter the number of data steps. You can, it means you can separate too many things you can do by using this metadata. So this metadata doesn't contain our regular data. So this is our, only the data set level and variables information. Okay, so the data set contains how many variables and the type of variables. It means the data set contains how many numeric variables and character variables, the length of that variables, the labels of that variables, and the data set label, everything it will display. Okay, so is it clear for everyone about the proc contents? And if you want to search any variables information inside, you can just use proc content and you can search. If you don't know the variable name, and if you want to check inside the library, so the library contains too many data steps. For example, SAS contains too many variables. Suppose example, baseball data set has one variable is not bat, NAT, BAT. Okay, baseball variable. So actually, so I know the variable name, I know the variable name, but I don't know which data set has that variable. So for that, what we need to do, we need to open each data step and we need to check. So it will take more time, right? So for that, what we need to do? So we need to run the proc contents. Then you need to search. You need to search. What is that? NAT, BAT. Okay, it is displaying here. Now you can go up, NABAT, can go up. Here you can see the baseball. Okay, so baseball data set contains NAT, BAT, a variable. You can open the data set, then you can see the data inside that what it has. Okay. Now, okay, any doubts on proc contents? Okay, let's move to proc sort next.
Hi, Raghava. One very quick question. So I want to print the data set. So I use proc print and give the data set name. From this print report, I just need only 2 or 3 variables and the rest should be deleted. So in that situation, I may use keep or drop function, but I'm unable to understand what data set name should I give in that, like using the proc print and then the variable names.
You mean here?
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing, the proc print procedure, just you need to know this selected part. Okay. So these are the options, and anytime we want to use in our programming level, anytime we want to use proc print.
Okay.
Just you need to just know the basic information. The proc print procedure, it will print the information inside the output window. That's it. So where statement, it means, so if you remember or not remember also, no issues, but proc contents is a very, very important. Okay, so I'll just remove this part. Okay, so this is, you can just keep this information.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah. So if you have any doubts in proc contents, yeah, we'll discuss, because this is better. We can spend some more time for the required part.
Yeah. Even the same question goes to the proc contents, like, I'm just trying to understand, previously it was a data set creation and then we used to give data so and so, and then directly use all the character functions like whatever
So
keep, drop,
here
or
we
etc.
cannot use any character functions on it. Means we are not creating any data sets and variables. By using the procedures, you cannot create any variables. Okay. So the procedure, it will just operate the what it means. Here the content procedure we are using. So what it will by using the existing data step, it is just displaying the content of that data step. That's it.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So any procedure, so we cannot, it means by using any procedure, we cannot create any new variable and any function calling. So that is the reason in procedural level, so there is no if conditional relationship. Why? Because if statement, it will work in the iteration level part. It means inside PDV. So the procedure doesn't contain any iteration part. So here you can use, if anything, if you want to filter, you need to use only the where statement. Okay, where statement or where option, like only where you can work here. So if not, it means if you cannot use any time. Why? Because if statement, so if you want to see if statement here in between, you can see the red color symbol. Why? Because it will not accept. the syntax. Okay. So, but
Yes,
if
thanks,
you are
Raghav.
using the where, it will accept. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, nothing. I just said thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So we'll start proc sort. Yeah.
Raghava,
Yes, please.
in proc contents, if you want to know the contents of the work library, I mean, how work dot underscore all underscore we have to write or just underscore
So
all
this is, yeah, generally if you want to use work is a by default library, right? So if you are grieving, so already we know the content information. It means underscore all underscore indicates all variables, all data steps, right? So we need to declare. So better you can declare the first library name, work dot underscore all underscore. So what inside work we have 3 data steps, content 1, 2, 3, right? So it will give that content data level information. That's it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So proc sort. So proc sort procedure we can use to sort the data. It means we know the sorting purpose, right? So how the data will sort? So we have only 2 types. One is character and one is numeric. So numeric data, it will sort ascending order. So in by generally it will sort by ascending. It means low to high. First it will display the low value and then it will come goes to high, right? So like it will display ascending order. At the same way it is applicable for even alphabets also. So in alphabets it will display, it will just display ascending order. It means A to Z, right? So like that it will consider. So if suppose always prefer class set SAS, okay, proc sort data is equals to CLS. So when you are using the proc sort, prefer always, it means you can sort by using like this also. Directly you can sort also, no issues. But as per the standards, okay, as per the guidelines, when we are using the proc sort, always create a new data step. And so if you want to sort the data, so this is the existing data. So if you want to see the changes in new data step, you need to use out statement. Then you can declare the new data step here. So CLS1. Okay. Here the data by defaultly, here you can see previously inside a CLS data step, by defaultly the sorting order is here you can see the CLS1. By default sorting order is the name variable. So name variable sorting order is alphabetical order, ascending order, right? Now what I'm doing here in next data step, I'm using the proc sort procedure. I'm using the proc sort procedure. So in proc sort procedure, this is the by statement. So by statement is a very important statement. When we are using the by statement, we need to sort the data. So here we are using the proc sort, right? So in that we declare the variable is called age. So whichever variable we are declaring inside this by statement, we call this variable is a key variable. We call this variable is a key variable. So it will sort the data based on the age variable. Previously, the data sorting order is based on name variable, already existing data. Now you can see when I open the class 1 data step, you can see the data sorting order is totally different when you compare with the 2 data steps. Okay, when you compare with the 2 data steps, see now here previously we have the data based on the name variable or sorting order, the character variable. Now we have given the age variable by age. You can see first 11 and next 12, 13, 14, 15 and next 16 we have. Okay, like that it will display. Next. So this is the one way example. So numeric variable. If suppose if I am declaring 6 variable. See now, same alphabetical order. Previously, yeah, it will just sort the data based on the 6 variable. Now see, previously this is the age variable and this is the 6 variable. It means character type variable. Next, so I'm sorting the data based on the 2 key variables. I'm sorting the data based on the 2 key variables. Okay, how it means here? First, I'm declaring 6 variable, then I'm declaring age variable. It means how the data will sort here. It means here main variable is 6 variable. So in that the sub variable is age variable. It means first it will sort with the 6 variable. In that, in sub level, it will sort the age values. In sub level, it will start the age values. For example, so this is the class 1, this is the class 2, and this is class 3. Okay, when I execute, 1 second, so I'm just removing this part. When I execute this 3, okay, class 2, you can see class 2 is a 6 variable sorting order. Class 1 is the age variable sorting order, but you can just compare with this now. You can compare with, yeah, which one? Yeah, you can see here. Previously, this is the class 2 is only 6 variable sorting order, and class 3 is both variables, 6 and age variable. So when you, it means for class 2, you can see the age variable. So it is ordering suborder for the age. Here you can see. So first it is coming 13, next 14. It means there is no sorting order for the age variable. So when you use 2 variables inside the by statement as a key variables, so first it is sorting with the 6 variable, and internally the age variable is also sorting based on the 6 variable. So inside if, the first female, and yeah, age 12, how many females are there? 2. Next, age 13, how many females are there? 2. Next, 14, 2, 15, 2, no 16 value. Okay, next, it is applicable for even male as well. So like that, it will sort the data. So always you need to remember, sorting order, it will take first, the priority goes to the first variable. Next, this variable, it will sort based on this variable category. So it is a main variable. This is the dependent variable. Okay, age variable is the dependent variable for the 6 variable. So this is the main variable. It will sort first. Inside, it will sort next suborder. Okay, is it clear now? Already we use the content 3, right? Here you can see. So if you don't want to see every time in output level, you can use no print option. So proc content processor automatically it will print inside the output, right? So if you don't want to print in output level, you can just use no print. So it will create only the data step. Now content 3. So here, if you want to sort the data based on mem name, okay, after that, the variable order, not the, here the variable is sorted based on the name variable, alphabetical order. But I need to sort the data as per the data step. It means based on the var num. So if you want to sort the data like that, so I'm just using proc sort data is equals to cnt 3, and next out is equals to cont 3 underscore by mem name, and next var num, and next we need to declare a name variable. So now you can run the data in cont 3 underscore. You can see only the sorting order. It means the variable order inside the data set. So the variable order is, so the data, this is the data set name. In this data step, what is the variable order now? Var num. Based on the var num, it means the first variable is local, next key, next line number, next text, next local. After that, it will start with the next data step. Okay. So this is the basic example for the proc sort. You can declare a number of variables if required. You can just increase the variables order also if required. So this is the main dependency variable. In that, this is sub-dependent variable. And in this, based on these two variables, it will sort inside this. So for this, it will dependent on these two variables. Like that, it will move on. Okay, the sorting order, it will just it will sort the based on only key variables. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Now I just need to discuss two more statement is called no dupe key and no dupe statements. Okay, no dupe key and no dupe statement. So when you are using no dupe okay, when you are using no dupe and no dupe key, the differences we'll discuss now. No dupe key by 1, 2. When we execute this program, see now, see the log window first. See the log window. Here you can see 0 duplicates were deleted. So no dupe statement, it is not deleting any records. And here you can just read this line. What is the line? 0 duplicate observations were deleted when you are using the no dupe statement as an option for no dupe option for proc sort. And when we are using no dupe key as an option in proc sort, you can see how many observations are deleting. 13 observations with duplicate key values were deleted. 13 observations with duplicate key values. So you need to remember this part, the key values. Here, what it is deleting? 0 duplicate observations were deleted. But here 13 observations with duplicate key values. So how it is removing the observations? Based on the key. Key indicates no dupe key. It means it will remove the observations based on the key variable. Okay, no dupe statement. It will remove the records when it is a true duplicate. It will remove the records when it is a true duplicate. But no dupe key statement, it will remove the records only the key variables. How many key variables we declared? Only one key variable. In this age, how many unique values we have? Already we know, right? How many unique values we have? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it means only 6 unique values we have inside age variable. It means it will display only 6 records. That's it. So based on the key variables, the age variable has only 6 unique values. It means automatically we will get this data step. How many observations? 3. If suppose, if you are using the 6 variable, how many observations we will get here?
2.
How many?
2.
2 observations.
Okay. If suppose I'm declaring age. In class 4 data set, how many observations?
8.
Hmm?
8.
8. Okay, next. Don't stack the records. Only 2 only as the key variable is 6. And we have declared one more variable is when we are using both variables, 100% right. This is 2 variables and this is 2 observations and here 6 observations. But I'm combining here. How it will remove? So always you need to remember. So what we just discussed, it is a dependency variable. This is the sub variable. So it means in this 6 variable, how many categories we have? 2 categories. One is F and one is M. So it means how it will just cross check with the data for the unique B. It will just combine both variables. It means in F for the F value, it will cross check with the age values. So for F, how many unique age values we have? 5. Okay. So and next for M, how many unique age values we have? 6. So how many observations we will get? Don't confuse. Already we have discussed in class 3. This is the answer. So here, when you just compare with this record, we have unique female age value. So this will display no issues. But when you are comparing with these 2 records, only the 2 variables, age and sex variable, sex and age variable. So these are duplicates, right? F and age, sex variable. So here the same values we have. So in this, it will remove one record and it will display one. So for F, we have 2 records. So it is removing one and it is displaying one. Same for the 13 also.
How does it remove, Raghava? Like based on the alphabetical order? For how does it remove? Okay, the
alphabetical
name.
order, it means first it will sort the data.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Alphabet. So how many values we have inside the sex variable? 2 values.
Two.
Okay. It will sort the data first sex variable. Next, after that, it will sort the age variable. So next it will check the variables, unique or duplicates. How it will check? Based on the option. So what statement we have given here? No dupe key. So no dupe key statement, it will remove the data based on the key variables. So what are the key variables here? Sex and
Sex and
age variable. So it will check one record. So the first record it will check. So what is the first value?
11.
11. F 11. So this is the unique value. Okay. So female wise, age 11 is only one record. So it will display one record. Next, female wise, age 12. How many records we have?
2.
2, right? It means in this 2, so based on this age and sex and age variables, these 2 records are the duplicates, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So in this, it will remove one record and display one record. Okay. Next, when it is comparing with these 2 records, how many duplicates? It means these also duplicates, right? So
Yes.
it will remove one record, display one record. Next, in this also, it will display one and remove one. Next, here it will display one, remove one. Next, here
1.
again it will start with male. So male wise, age 11, how many records we have? Only one.
One.
So it will display. So this is the unique record based on these 2 categories. Okay, it will display one record. Next, here how many records we have? 3 records. So if you apply no dupe key, how many records it will display? Only one record. So based on these 3 records, it will display only one, M12. Next, M13 we have only one record. So this will display. Next, M14 we have 2 records. It will display one record. Like that it will remove. Are you understand now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So in this, if you in generally, so in age we have 6 categories, right?
Yes.
So if you want to tell the answer, you need to tell in general. It may have the chance, right? So in general, how you need to tell? So here we have 6 categories, and inside 6 we have 2 categories. So always when you are using the no dup key, if we have full data, so how many records we may have? 100, how many records we will expect? 12 records, right?
Yes.
For female wise 6 records and male wise 6 records. So if the data is not there, it won't display anything. The data is there, so the maximum number of observations are 12 only. Is it clear now?
Yes.
So if we execute this statement, now you can see how many observations we are getting. 8 observations with duplicate key values were deleted. Okay, next, class 14 dataset contains 11 records. Why? Because the female category wise, there is no age to age 16 data. That is the reason. So there we are getting only 5 records. For male wise, we are getting 6 records. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes, right? Okay. So always you need to remember, when you are using the key variables inside the by statement, and if you are applying no dup key statement, you need to check only these 2 variables. Don't check with the other variables. Okay. Don't check with the other variables. Next. Yes, perfect. Okay. This is the basic information, and I will take the example. Yeah. Okay. Now here I just has the VS data. In this, can you tell me now? I told you, right, the true duplicates. It means how many variables we have, how many variables we have, those many variables values, any 2 observations has same values. Like here you can see, I'll tell you. So here you can see the selected part. So the total values are same, right? When you compare with the first and second record, 1 or 2. So it indicates this is the true duplicate. This is a true duplicate. It means ignorance of the variables. Okay, ignorance of the key variables. If the data set variables are all are same, observations are any records are same for all variables, those observation we call it as a true duplicates. So here you can see these values are all same, right? So we call it is a true duplicate. So no dup statement, it will remove the observations when the data has only true duplicates. Okay, but no dup key statement, it will remove the observations based on the key variables. Okay, you need to just stress the variable point. So it is remove the data based on the key variables. No dup, it will remove the data based on the true duplicates. And if you want to see the observations, it means which are the, if you want to see the duplicate observations, you can just if you want to see, you need dup out is equals to something dups. So the duplicate observations are deleted 8 records, right? That records it will store inside this data step. If you want to see, you can just see now. How many observations were deleted? 8 observations are deleted, right? With key values. So those observations, it will store inside this dupes data set. Okay. For that, you need to declare dup out if required. Otherwise, you can. Means by learning, you need to check, right? So you can use dup out to see the duplicate observations which are deleted. Okay. Now, can you tell me now how many true duplicates are there inside this data step?
Two.
Is it clear for everyone? What is meant by true duplicate? Okay. 3, how? And this is the true duplicate. Yes.
101 as well.
101 where?
Sorry.
So I told you, right? True
103.
duplicate.
103, 103. sorry.
103.
103 and 102.
2.
103 and
102.
so here you can see the change. Only you can see ID and visit variables are same. Values are same. But you can see the difference for the SBP, DBP values, right? So this is not the true duplicate. So here, how many true duplicates are there?
2.
Only 2. So proc sort data is equals to VS out is equals to VS1. Okay, we need to declare no dupe statement, and then we need to declare ID. Okay, so when I run this program, how many records it will delete? Sorry, first we need to run the main program. How many records it will delete? 2 records. Okay, so see now, how many records it is deleting now? 1 duplicate observations were deleted. So, but what we are thinking here, the 103, 10, 90, 100. Here also we have 103, 10, 90, 100. Okay, so it means these 2 records also here 2 duplicates, but the values are same. The values are same. But in generally, when we call it as a true duplicate, it means, so how it will check if the record is true duplicate or not? It means first it will read this record, and then immediately it will read next record. So it will check, is there any true duplicates or not? No, there is no any true duplicate. So it will display first record. And next, it will immediately check with the next 2 immediate 2 observations. So here, so no true duplicates. Immediately, next it will just check with the 3rd and 4th. Okay, no true duplicates. Next, it will check 4th and 5th record. Yes, we have true duplicate. So when it is identifying true duplicate, it will remove 1 and it will display 1. Okay, it will remove 1, it will display 1. Then immediately it will check with next 2. Yeah, so in this we have only 1 record, right? So then it will comes to next record. Okay, and it will check this record. So when it is checking this record, okay, and it is just printing this one. So in this, automatically we know that it will display only 1. Immediately it will comes to this record. So this selection has any true duplicates? No, it will display 1 or 2 value. Next, it will check these 2 records, not directly this one, and it will directly goes to it. It won't go directly to the immediate. It means after some records. So it will check immediate next record. Is the true duplicates? No. So then it will give 1 or 3, 10, 90, 100. Next, it will check these 2 records. So automatically it will display record. Next, we have only 1. Automatically it will display this part. So what we need to check when we are checking with the true duplicates? So if the data is available like this, okay, so it is removing the true duplicate when we have immediate next observations. But when we have the data like this, always we need to sort the data based on number of key variables. So now when I'm using this part, so when I sort the data, suppose you can see now 2 duplicates are removing. Why? Because we are sorting the data based on, previously we just sorted the data based on only ID variable. Now we are sorting the data based on ID and a visit. So when it is sorted with the visit, it will just immediately moves to the first, right? The 20 will come next. So then it will check the no loop statement. Okay, then it will check the no loop statement. So no loop state, when it is checking with the no loop statement, so it, when this record moving to up, automatically these two are the true duplicates, right? So automatically it will remove one record and then it will check with the next record. Okay, always we need to sort the data based on the key variables, then only no loop statement it will sort. So for this, so yeah, we have the question, we may have the question, how can we identify the key variables? We have number of variables, right? So to remove the true duplicates, always we need to use one statement is called underscore all underscore, indicates all variables inside this data step. It will sort, and so if we have any variable, any true duplicates, automatically it will remove. This is the general blind answer. So how can you remove the true duplicates? It means you need to tell the answer is, we can declare inside the by statement underscore all underscore. It means it will sort all variables. If we have any true duplicates, yeah, automatically the no loop statement it will identify and it will just remove the true duplicates. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I'm just selecting the data step. This is the data I have now. Okay, what is the data? Input, ID, visit, SBP, DBP. After that, I have the new variable is called DT as well. Okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so now we have the question. So here the data is deleting. Now suppose proc sort data is equals to vs out is equals to vs1 by ID and visit. So what I'm doing here, so here it will sort the data ID and visit wise. Next, I'm declaring statement is called no loop key. So when I execute these two statements, how many observations we will get? So in these two records, it will display only one. Next, in these two records, it will display only one. Okay, this is the only one. Next, in these two records, it will display one. So yeah, it will remove the data based on ID and visit variable, right? Visit variable wise, right? So based on the key variables. Now you can see 3 observations are deleted, 7 observations are coming. Perfect. So when you open the VS1 data step, see here, this is the data. Now I'll just show you what exactly no loop key is doing. Okay, this is the after applying no loop key statement, we have this. So inside Okay, inside here we have true duplicates, right? Sorry, based on the key variables, it is displaying only one record. 101, 20, value 100, value 100. Okay, 15, 25 August 2008. So in this selected record, it is picking the first record. So it is removing the second record. So that is only the value right here. It means when you are using the no dup key, it will just pick the first value and it will remove the next value. When you are using the no dup key statement, so when it is identifying the duplicates based on the key variable, so it will just pick the first value. It will just remove all remaining values. It means the next values. So what value we are getting? We are getting this value. And next you can see same here also. 1 or 2, 10. Here also you can see 15 August 2018. Okay, 15 August 2018. Next. And here also we have 2 records. So 1 or 3, 10 and 10. One is 15 collection, one is 17 collection. But here which record we are getting? 15th collection is getting. It means no dup. What we need to understand here, no dup key is selecting the first record. So when we have the duplicate based on the key variable, it is just selecting the first record. It is just removing remaining all. How many? So it just displaying selecting only the first record. So now we have the question. When we are just selecting the data, it means here I need the database. I need the unique data based on this 2 key variables, but I need the latest data. Here, the no dup key statement, it is displaying the first, it means the first data it is displaying. Okay, but I need the latest data. So we need the latest data. It means by using the no dup key, is it possible? No, not at all any time. So no dup key statement, it will pick the first record. It means it is ignoring the second record. So it is not possible to select the latest one. So how we need to execute? For that, we have new concept is called first dot last dot variables. For that, we have new concept is called first dot last dot variables. Proc. Sorry. And last dot variables. Okay. And one more thing I need to tell you here. So you can use even descending also. Suppose ascending, for ascending, we don't need to declare anything. Automatically, it will just sort the data based on the ascending order. Descending, it means we need to mention explicitly descending. Okay, no dup key. So CLS14. Here you can see the data in descending order. So first it is coming 15, 14, 13, 12, 13, 12, 11. Next it is starting with the 16, 15, like that. So descending keyword, it means it will display the data based on the descending order. Okay. Now, what is the use of first dot last dot variables? Okay. So I'm just declaring data vs to set, okay, vs 3 set vs. Okay, already we know that. So when you just execute the information what we have inside the vs data step, those information it will copy inside vs3. Okay, so now I'm using the by statement here. I'm using the by statement here. If suppose by, okay, id and visit, id and visit. When I execute these 2 programs, now you can see Okay, it is sorting the data. Okay, so the data is based on the perfect sorting order only. If suppose, if in case I'm just sorting the data, so the data is like this. So when I execute this part, you can see you will get one error now. This is generally we will get regularly we see this error. Why? Because when you are using the by statement, so you are declaring the by variables, right? ID and visit. So the data is not sorted based on these key variables. The data is not sorted based on these key variables. It means when you are using the by statement inside the set statement or anywhere, okay, when you are using the by statement anywhere, you need to sort the data. You need to sort the data. It means we need to use proc sort, and then you need to declare the data set name out is equals to vs2, and then we need to sort the based on key variables. Okay, now so the sort data we need to declare. VS3. See now. Okay, the data sorting process is complete. Now, okay, first I will show you the first variable. Okay, here I'm just using put underscore all underscore statement. Here I am using put underscore all underscore statement. What is the difference when you are comparing to the above program and here? Sorry, here we are declaring, we are not declaring by statement. Here we are declaring by statement, right? So when I execute these both programs, now what the purpose of put statement? It will display the information inside the log window along with automatic variables. Okay, see now the first program, you can see the all variables ID, visit, SBP, DBP, DT along with the automatic variables. That's we know. But coming to, so here what is the change? By ID, right? So when I'm declaring by ID statement, here you can see two more extra variables. When you are declaring, when we are declaring the by statement inside the data step, okay, automatically the by statement, it will create the two more variables. One is first dot and one is last dot. Okay, one is first dot and one is last dot. How many variables we declared here? Only one variable. For that variable, it will create first dot and last dot. Okay, what is the values we have? What are the values? In that we have 1 and in generally we have in first dot last dot variables, in generally we have only 1 and 0. When the value is starting first, it will display the value 1. And when the value is not starting with first, automatically it will display the value is 0. And when the value is last record, it will display the value is 1. Now you can see the first dot ID is equals to 1. It means in this iteration, the ID value 101, it is starting in this iteration, right? So that is the reason you can see that the first dot ID is equals to 1. But this 101 value is not ending in the same line. Okay, the 101 value is not ending in the same line in the same iteration. So that is the reason you can see here the last dot ID is equals to 0. And next here you can see the first dot ID is equals to 0 and last dot ID is equals to 0. Why? Because 101 is not starting in this line and is not ending in this line. That is the reason the both first dot last dot variables you can see first dot last dot variables you can see 0 0. Next 101 is ending in third iteration, right? Now you can see the first dot ID is equals to 0. Why? Because it's not starting here. So but last dot ID is equals to 1. Why? Because the 101 value is ending here. That is the reason here you can see the last dot ID variable value is 1. Okay. Next, when it is starting with the new value for ID variable, when it is starting with the new value, you can see first dot ID is equals to 1. Next last dot ID is equals to 0. Then it continues. But 104 is only the one record. It's starting here and ending here. So that is the reason you can see first dot ID is equals to 1 and last dot ID is equals to 1. Why? Because the 104 is only the one record which is starting in the same line and ending with the same line. It means only the single iteration this has. So that is the reason first dot last dot both variables has the value is 1. Okay, is it clear for everyone? So for this, if you want to control the records like no loop key, you can control the records. Like no loop key, you can control the records. So if suppose, okay, if first dot ID, how many observations we will get? ID, first dot ID is nothing but first dot ID is equals to 1. How many observations we will get? We need to check here.
1.
No. First dot ID is equals to 1 means how many places we have?
3.
Here.
Yep.
Here.
4.
It means this is nothing but
4.
simple answer. Proc sort data is equals to VS. Out is equals to, okay, no loop key by ID. Tell me now. So inside VS data step, how many unique ID values are there? 101, 102, 103, 104. How many ID values are there?
4.
So 4, right? So when we execute this program, how many records it will come?
4.
4 records. So same thing. What is executing here? The same thing it will execute here. First dot ID is equals to 1. It means how many ID unique values we have?
4.
4. So that means the 4 times you can see first dot ID is equals to 1 and 4 times you can see last dot ID is equals to 1. Okay. When you are declaring first dot ID is equals to 1, it will just select the first records. If you are declaring last dot ID is equals to 1, it will select the last record. Okay. So when I execute this program, you can see the same values. How many it is displaying? 4. Next, this is how many records it is displaying? 4 records. Next, if suppose last dot, how many records it will display?
4.
Yeah, perfect. So when we execute this, it will display 4 records. That's it. But the selection is different. Please remember that point. Last dot, it will display last dot ID is equals to 1. It means it will display only last records. Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. So it means here we have the question. We are using the, it means if you want to select the records, ID and visit wise, the data selection. So here the data is, it means no loop key is selecting the first record. But when I use these 2 variables or the key variables, ID and visit, now in this 2, I am just using the last dot visit. Which value it will select? The last value, latest value only it will select, right? Yes or no? You are confusing, right? VS11. So in this, I'm declaring even sorting, even date variable as well. So in that, now you can see by a visit. So tell me now, how many first dot last dot variable it will create now? How many first dot last dot variables it will create? How many here? How many it is creating?
4.
How many first dot last dot variables it is creating?
4.
Why 4? I'm not asking the number of observations. How many variables it is creating? 2, right?
2.
So first dot ID and last dot ID. So when we execute this record, how many variables it will create?
4.
4 variables. So first dot ID, last dot ID, first dot visit, last dot visit. It means how many variables we are declaring inside the by statement. Those many first dot last dot variables it will create automatically. The PDV will create. Okay. When you are using the by statement, so inside by statement, how many key variables we are declaring? For that, for each variable, it will create first dot last dot variables. Okay.
Yes.
Now see here the positions. Here, first dot ID is equals to 1. So last dot ID is equals to 0. Perfect. Next, visit 10. So based on 101, visit 10 is starting here and ending here, right? 101 and visit 10 wise. Do we have any other record in next? No. So it ends here only. So that is the reason here you can see the first dot visit is equals to 1, last dot visit is equals to 1. Is it clear? Okay. And next, so first dot ID is equals to 0. That is fine. Next, first dot visit is equals to 1. So 101 and visit 20 wise, it is starting here and that is not ending here. 101 visit 20 is starting here, but it is not ending this line only. So we have one more record in next 101 visit 20. That is the reason here you can see the first record last dot visit is equals to 0. But next first dot visit is equals to 0. Why? Because it is started already the before. And next last dot is visit is equals to 1. Why? Because it is ending here. Okay. So in this, if you select last dot visit 1, how many records it will select? It will select only when last dot visit is equals to 1. It will ignore this record and this record and this record. Previously also, when you use no duplicate statement for the by ID and visit wise, you can see it will just removing only 3 records, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can declare if last dot a visit is equals to 1 indicates, or it means only the true values. If you are declaring or not declaring, automatically it will select 1. But if you want to only the 0 values, it means last dot 0, it means it will display only 0 values. Okay, last dot 1 means it will display only 1 values. Okay, visit 4. Now you can see. Okay, now you can see the latest data. So in this previously, you can see the 15th August or something, right? Now you can see the latest data here also everywhere. Okay, like that, you need to use the first dot last dot variables. Okay, for that, you can use one more thing, the sequence variable order also. Okay, by using this data step, okay, so yeah, proc sort data is equals to visit out is equal to vs underscore 1 by id visit. Sorry, this is not the data, right? Yeah. and dt. So vs underscore 1. So I need to create one sequence number. I need to create one sequence number. How I need to create a sequence number for ID variable? It means for first record, for 101, when it is starting first, we need to display one variable, sequence variable, and value is 1. Next, when it start with next, the value is 2. Next, when it start with third, the value is 3. Again, when it's starting with the new ID value, it need to start with 1. So like that, we need to create the sequence variable. How can we create? We can create by using the first dot last dot elements. So here vs underscore 2 set vs underscore 1 by id visit and dt. So what I'm doing here, if first dot visit is equals to 1, then seq is equals to 1. Okay, we know, right? So in first dot visit places, you can see all 1 1 1 1. Sorry, not, we are just checking the creation is id variable wise. Sequence number is based on the id variable, not for the visit. So here you can see 1 1 1 1 1. Then we need to increment 1 plus 1 2 here, 2 plus 1 3 here. So if suppose except the first dot, we need to use else sequence is equals to sequence plus 1. Will it execute automatically? Will it execute? No, right? Why? Because here you can see the missing value and log window also you can see the some missing nodes. Missing values have been generated. Why it is coming? It means, so when we are checking, it means the sequence number, when it is just when it's not with the first dot, it means it need to add plus 1 when we are for the first record. Sorry. Okay. So we are incrementing the record, right? Sequence plus 1. So first iteration value, it need to increment plus 1 value, right? Need to display 2. And next 2 plus 1 here. So it need to retain the value. It need to retain the value. But when we are using the sequence is a local variable inside this data step. So it will not retain to the next automatically to the next iteration, right? So for that, what we need to do, we need to use one more statement is called retain statement. Okay, retain statement. So what is the purpose of retain statement? In generally, the PDV, it will execute the record. It means the PDV level, we have the differences for the local variable and source data set variable. So local variables, always when it is starting with the iteration, it will create all missing values and then it will update the values. When it is starting with the iteration, it will just display the missing value and next it will update the value. But the source data set variable, input data set variable, so for that variables, it will retain the values to the next iteration. So to add local variables also a source data set variable, we need to use the retain statement to retain the value to the next iteration. So for that, I'm just using sequence. So when we're using the retain statement, automatically you can see this is the value 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, is it clear now? What is the purpose of retain statement? It means this is the purpose. Like that, you need to just work with the first dot last dot. Very, very important. Very, very important. You need to practice some extra time on the first dot last dot variables. Why? Because This will give us the total programming confidence. You can do multiple things by using the first dot last dot variables. So simply you can see, so we know the SAS dot class, right? Class data step. Yes. So I need to sum age values based on the sex variable. So female wise, I need to sum all age values, and male wise, I need to sum all age values. How we can sum all age values? Can you tell me now? So for suppose proc sort data is equals to CLS, out is equals to CLS by sex variable. Okay, run. Next, data is equals to CLS 1 to set CLS 1 by sex. So if first dot is equals to, then age sum is equals to age. See now, when you just execute these two data steps, class 11 and class 12. So when it is start with the age value, first it is displaying age value 13 here and 14 here. So what we need to do now, we need to sum. Next, age sum is equals to same thing what we have done above. We need to do the same thing here, age sum plus age. So we need to retain age sum. That's it. Age sum you can see here 132. So when it just summing with the all 9 values, what is the total value? 132. Next, all when you sum all age values, 148. So if you just want to find the average, you need to create the sequence variable. Okay. Instead of first dot ID, you can declare sex variable. Sequence is equals to 1. That's it. Okay, we need to declare sequence. Okay, sequence 1 to 9. Next, 1 to 10. So, average is equals to age sum divided by sequence. That's it. Here, class 12 data set, you can just see the average 14.66. Here, 14.8, each average. So, like that, we need to just work out with the programs. So, I need only the last data. Based on the sex variable, I just need only the last data. So, if last dot sex is equals to 1, okay, and keep sex and keep sex and age and sum and sequence variable. That's it. Just I'm changing the difference. So when I just use the last dot sex, so automatically we'll get only 2 records. Okay. Just work with the programs. Now you can see the overall information. Female wise, we have age sum 13. How many female values we have? 9. And frequency count, this is the 9. Next, male wise frequency count 10. And what is the age sum? 148. If you're just using the average, these are the averages. So like you need to practice for the other variables as well. Okay. So very, very important. First dot, last dot variable operations are very, very important. Always these are the main complex programming parts when you are just working with the real time. So if you know the first dot, last dot variables executions very clearly, and it is very easy to compress the code also. So for lengthy steps also, you can just compress the code by using the first dot, last dot elements. Okay. So please practice. If any doubts, we'll discuss in next class. As of now, any doubts? 13. Okay. Yeah, that's it for today's class. Thank you. We'll discuss in Monday.